There you are. I was beginning to think you ditched me.
Money, right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up. Here, that should provide for an interesting evening.
Deb's back, and she's got a fresh cup of coffee ready to take it into the AM. In case you didn't know it, you're tuned into the Deb of Night on KTRK. I'm your lovely hostess. Feel free to fantasize about me all you want, but please.
Master?
Room at the Empire Hotel indicate to investigators that Johansson was abducted. Johansson's family has received no demands yet, and there is speculation that his disappearance and the earlier theft of the Incarn sarcophagus are related. Police officials have gone on record as saying it's too early to confirm or deny any possibilities regarding this case. A shootout at a popular Chinatown underground club tonight left several dead and wounded after shots were exchanged between a local gang and an unidentified assailant. The club, Glaze, was a known hangout for one of Chinatown's largest street gangs, but was also a popular hangout for local club kids. One witness stated that the lone assailant acted like, quote, something out of an action movie. I couldn't believe one person could do that, end quote. Police suspect a rival gang may be behind tonight's violence. Freak sandstorm activity is thought to be responsible for the destruction of 2 Navy fighter jets. The jets were returning from a patrol over the Persian Gulf when they disappeared off of radars. A transcript of a final radio exchange between the pilots mentioned wind conditions picking up and skies becoming so thick with sand that the sun was being blocked. Shortly after this exchange, there was a garbled shout by the co-pilot and finally radio silence. Military officials have dispatched several units to the area to search for the crew and the missing aircraft. The names of the pilots are being withheld until their status can be confirmed. Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man, a creature locals say has terrorized them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths of several village children. The Deer Man is reported as a 7-foot creature with horns that ambushes villagers at night. New Delhi has also been host to the Monkey Man, the Bear Man, and the Killer UFOs, all of which were later dismissed as mass hysteria. The story of the Incarn sarcophagus took an even more bizarre turn when Professor Anders Johansson went missing from his hotel room earlier today. Evidence of a struggle in the professor's room at the Empire Hotel indicate to investigators that Johansson was abducted. Johansson's family has received no demand yet, and there is speculation that his disappearance and the earlier theft of the Incarn sarcophagus are related. Police officials have gone on record as saying it's too early to confirm or deny any possibilities regarding this case. Freak sandstorm activity is...
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance? Of course. What is it you would like to know? Of course. What is it you would like? No more than yourself. I do not know. I will s- What is it you would like? Surely. Of course.
What the hell do you want?
Yeah?
I've been hearing there's some ancient evil vampire gonna rise up out of there and bring all hell with him. Shit. For all we know, might be Cain himself. Some people are saying it's one of the first signs of Delareine. Gehenna, the day we all die, when our sleeping forefathers rise and bring about the end of the world. There's a lot of kindred who believe these are the final nights, the beginning of the apocalypse. Nah, Camarilla denies any of that shit exists. Vampire forefathers, doomsday prophecies, all just superstition in Camelland. Lots of people. The Sabbat believe in it. They go around trying to hunt down these sleeping ancients so they can kill them before they rise up. That's the word anyway. Of course, most Sabbat packs I've seen couldn't find their card keys. Us? The Anarchs? Everybody's free to make up their own mind, I guess. I buy it. It would explain all the blood in the air. We're probably all playing right into this thing's hands. If it has hands. Yeah? Do I know the Kuei Jin? Those motherfuckers showed up in California 5 years ago and been fighting us tooth and claw for every inch of the Free State since. Yeah, I know. Let me tell you, they ain't nothing like us. They're devils, man. Shifty fucking devils. Seeing the shit they're capable of makes some of what I saw in Nam make a lot more sense. They're all invaders. The Kuei Jin, they're less likely to deal with you. They think they're the superior beings or whatever. But the Camarilla, they'll just lie and stab you in the back. Which is worse? Does it really matter? Yeah? Do I know that? They're all invaders. Yeah? I've been hearing. Hey, man. Father of all vampires. Keep your voice down. It's Kane. Yeah? Yeah? Who do you want to know about? Yeah? Do I know the... Let me tell you that. Yeah? I've been here.
Just keeps getting more interesting, doesn't it, kiddo? Giovanni, the Kuei Jin, lots of blood being spilled for a 10,000-year-old conversation piece, wouldn't you say? The streets, the hillsides, there's eyes and ears everywhere. I heard LaCroix's been talking to Beckett, too. Beckett's a skeptic about all this stuff. I just hope he knows to be careful dealing with that snake LaCroix. Well, Beckett's apolitical, you could say. He's just interested in the truth of our origins. Politics and all that is minor details to him. You do what you have to do. Kid, if you don't do it, somebody else will. You're in a good position to make a difference, Mr. Big Shot. A lot of kindreds wondering just which way you'll go. Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away. What's on your mind? Yeah, some of these younger anarchs got a real burning hate for the Kuei Jin. First time a lot of them seen full-on combat in the streets and seen their buddies dying was when the Asian invaders showed up. Yep, cost the anarchs San Francisco. They're tough and hard to get a beat on them. At least with kindred, you pretty much know what to expect, what they're capable of. Kuei Jin? Full of surprises. Man, don't let them cloud your head with their mumbo-jumbo. That crap wasn't meant for you. We're different breeds, us and them. Moving right along. What's on your mind? What's up? Sure thing, kiddo. What's on your... What's up? What's up?
Set. Yeah?
going somewhere?
Thanks again for the help.
too.
I missed you. Did you miss me?
My Vegas connection paid me a visit this afternoon. Popped his trunk, and what do you know? Had a flamethrower, a few tanks of spare fuel. It's yours if you want it. But, ain't you flammable? Always a pleasure. Concerning, specifically? I don't go... Concern... Who exactly? Always a pleasure.
Need a ride? Lord, I pray now that you give me strength as well, that I might overcome the hordes of Satan and his children, that I might wield the flaming sword of the archangel and defend myself with your shield of faith, and that my victories are many and my wounds few, that I might further your kingdom here on earth. And if I meet death tonight, then let it be first that I cast a mighty host of demons back on the lake of fire whence they came, and then rest finally in the light.
One of us should take some food down to the prisoner.
Johansson? He is no better than they. If not for his meddlesome diggings, the artifact would never have come here.
Yes, it is complicated matters. An interesting turn of events. Do you think it holds something?
I cannot. If it does, then with God's help, we will send it screaming back to hell.
Brother Kliegler says it may be him, the son of Adam, the brother killer.
If this be the end of days, then may the Lord give us strength to see them through.
So, shall we take some food down to Johansson?
Here, take mine. I am no longer hungry.
Who's there?
Something? Perhaps. Shall I go and investigate it?
No, if someone is out there, let him come to us. There's only one way in here.
You're mistaken. There's another way. We must be cautious.
Yes, I suppose. But I don't know the man who can hold his breath for that long.
It is not men we need to worry about.
Ah, yes, I see your point, buddy. We shall be cautious indeed.
Fire. Oh, fire. They've ruined my face. The fire, I can still feel it in my wounds. They'll kill me. They'll come back with their brands and it will burn. I wouldn't talk, so they burned me. Again. And again and again. Their eyes, they enjoyed it. Before they come back, I'm begging you, let me out. They always come back, and it always burns. They always come back. Thanks. You'll never see me again. I'm gonna go somewhere no one will ever see this face again.
Are the stories true? About him, I mean.
Brother Grunfeld?
Yes.
What stories have you heard, young brother?
There are many. Some say he saw his own mother eaten alive by a coven of witches, and others that he once killed an elder vampire with his bare hands. There are even whispers that he is the resurrected Saint Leopold, come to lead his armies into the final battle against the armies of darkness.
Not all stories you hear are true. Brother Grunfeld is a good soldier just as you will become if you have faith in God and the discipline to stand in his army.
It is also said that he once killed a man of the Brotherhood because he refused to follow order.
Some stories you hear are true, young brother.
I knew Johansson would lure the servants of Satan. But I set this trap for the archfiend himself. Where is Lacroix? Perhaps when Lacroix runs out of minions, he will show me his face, and God will guide my shots through it. Before I send you to eternal damnation, any last words? You should have begged for God's mercy. I will show you none.
I told you everything. There's no reason for you to keep me here. Let me go! I am an archaeologist. You can't hold me here like this. I am a hostage. I do not need protection. Bring me back to my hotel at once. Yeah, okay. Anything, just get me out of these caverns and away from these crazies. I think I'm starting to get pneumonia. The sarcophagus? You went through all that trouble for the sarcophagus? Yeah, I'll tell you. But don't you think it would be better to get out of here before those men come back? I guess if you can get all the way here, you deserve the answers. But can I make one request first? After I answer your questions, you help me escape. All right, where should I begin? Let's start with the history of the Ankaran sarcophagus. That is a long and interesting legend, lost and found throughout the ages. Tell me, are you familiar with the Assyrians? Yeah, well, the markings on the sarcophagus seem to hint that it is from sometime between 1050 and 800 BC, which was a period of fierce expansion by the Assyrians. Oddly, for those years, only one king shows up on the historical record. While most likely he wiped all evidence of his predecessor's existence or passed the name to his heirs, one monarch, Masquerade, the one-eyed king, is given credit for the territory and achievements of this time. But he would have had to have been over 250 years old, like Dracula or something. I find it hard to believe a sarcophagus with a person as important as Masquerade could remain in, pristine or intact condition for so many years, but this is who is believed to be contained within. Maybe you have not heard. It was stolen from the museum before we had a chance to open it. Usually we use equipment to carbon date, X-ray, and take air samples before we pry open the lid. You know, it is interesting that you ask me that. The goddess on the outside of the sarcophagus was Lamashtu. In Assyrian myth, Lamashtu was an evil demoness who preyed on humans. Many people cite her as the mother of vampire myth, and the engravings on and found around the sarcophagus portray a regal figure drinking the blood of his enemies. Now, this image is found in many cultures, specifically among those of royal lineage, but there is a quite scientific explanation. A disorder known as porphyria. In short, it is caused by a deficiency of the iron in the blood, and in many cultures, for the nobility that could conceivably get away with the cure, the treatment was to drink human blood. Perhaps drinking the blood of your enemies is, if nothing else, symbolic. It can inspire fear in your foes and dissidents. Don't misunderstand me. I in no way believe it was a vampire. Vampires, that's what caused this whole mess. These maniacs believe they exist. That is, you see, in archaeology, one can spend years looking for a dig site, following local rumors, studying old maps. It's a complicated process, very boring. Finding and organizing a dig is the least interesting part of an archaeologist's job. Trust me, you don't want to hear about it. That I can't be sure of, nor can anyone. But I promise you it is more likely to be filled with, gummy bears than vampires. Perhaps maybe a mummy, but not likely the kind to go about chasing Abbott and Costello. Not much, really. I'm an archaeologist, not a mythologist. But I do know that Lamastu, the Assyrian demoness, was thought to have been the inspiration for Lilith, the first wife of Adam in the Jewish Old Testament, another source of the vampire myth. Ah, quite interesting. There is a surprisingly complex mechanical lock on the face of the sarcophagus. By sheer luck, we were able to find the key not far from the sarcophagus. Why no one ever found it and robbed it, it's perplexing. How strange, you would ask. I haven't seen the key since it was loaded onto the Elizabeth Dane in Turkey. It was stolen before the sarcophagus even. I am still hopeful that the police find both pieces before the contents can be disturbed. No, it's not the kind of key you can copy at the hardware store. It's actually very sophisticated, and I meant to study it at the museum. I've answered all your questions. Do you think now you could please get me out of here? I don't care who you are or why you've had so many questions about the sarcophagus. I just want to leave this place. Thank you, my friend. I don't know where you came from, but I will never forget this kindness. Help! Help! Does anybody hear me? Your time of judgment is here.
You can always count on the Sabbat to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. They're reckless, but they don't normally try to attract this much attention. This carelessness warrants observation. I hope it doesn't become pandemic.
With whom do they think they're dealing? Attack me in my own building! They're desperate. They've shown their weakness. A last-ditch attempt to steal the prize. The Sabbat, a pack of shovelheads with cheap pistols, was all they could muster. 2 got a few stories up, but I took care of them. And my sheriff brought the rest their final death in the lobby. Sabbat animals. Why else? The motive of every kindred in the entire city these last few nights. The Ankaran sarcophagus. They've been misled into thinking the sarcophagus holds a sleeping ancient, their most coveted feasts. Diablerists. The Sabbat's infamy is in no small part due to their practice of diablerie, that is, drinking the blood of other kindred, especially older ones, until they are dead. Diablerists gain the power of those they've fed upon. And the Camarilla, this is an act punishable by death. For the moment, we've manipulated the press into reporting tonight's events as a terrorist attack. Their soldiers may be no danger to me, but their threat to the Masquerade is abundant. As my best agent, I'm sure you can guess my course of action. He has to remain here in case of further attack, and also to guard the sarcophagus. For this emergency, I need someone with your nerve to guarantee success. The Sabbat have been a threat to both of us for far too long. A mercenary attitude won't get you far in this organization. But, if that's what it takes in this situation, agreed. The Sabbat have made their haven at the Hallibrook Hotel, right under our noses here in downtown. Kill their leader. The rest will scamper out of the city. This is the last time they ever set foot in Los Angeles. Before you go, Beckett told me you went to the Society of Leopold. Did you find out how my sarcophagus is opened? Take your money. Tell me, what have you learned? A key? Where? Do you have it? Not only did you infiltrate the Society of Leopold, but you managed to kill their greatest hunter. You certainly are developing a legend for yourself. Superb. Toast to you, and to victory over the Sabbat. And to Bach. May all his progeny meet such fates. The Sabbat must be wiped out before dawn. Then, when you come back, we'll begin the hunt for the key. Wipe them out before they doom us all.
You can always count on the Sabbat to do the wrong thing. The Sabbat's goal is to stop Gehenna, which is very similar to my own, though they choose to do so through more violent, fanatic, and flamboyant methods. The Camarilla, on the other hand, suspends belief entirely, or so goes the party line. What I am is kindred. How others choose to categorize themselves concerns me only where local customs are concerned. Individualism is a path fraught with obstacles and sometimes angry mobs. But for all its hardships, it is the only one worth taking. What did Johansson have to say? Lamastu? She was a Lilith figure. They represent empowered women and the threat of such women to male-dominated society. Strange she would be engraved on a king's tomb. Assyrian origin. Glad to see I'm not losing my touch. As for Mesarok, I'll have to research that name, see what I can find. The lock and key. An invention as ancient as greed. I should have guessed. All we have to do is find a victor in this nonsense. They'll be the one with the key. It seems to corroborate my own evidence. I'm going to have to study it a little more. Maybe dig up some information on Mesarok and the Lammastu myth. I'm certain the key will show up in time. Your information is appreciated. Excellent. It's simple. Someone's misled them into believing there's an antediluvian in this very room. They, and I suspect most kindred in this city, would love to sink their stakes or teeth into its imagined occupant, if indeed rocketing it to the moon was out of the question. Well, perhaps for this pack, it's for the best. Excellent.
There you are. I was beginning to think you ditched me.
Money, right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up. Here, that should provide for an interesting evening.
Until their status can be confirmed. A terrorist attack in Los Angeles has left several dead and many more wounded. The Ventrue building was the site of an armed assault and bombing that has many city officials worried that more are likely to follow. Security tapes show several armed men enter the building around midnight. Shortly after this, cameras went dead when a bomb was set off on floor 10. The terrorists responsible were killed in the explosion. No group has taken responsibility for the bombing yet. This is the first time a terrorist attack has taken place in Los Angeles. More on the Ventrue building attack as it breaks. Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man, a creature locals say has terrorized them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths of several village children. The Deer Man is reported as a 7-foot creature with horns that ambushes villagers at night. New Delhi has also been host to the Monkey Man, the Bear Man, and the Killer UFOs, all of which were later dismissed as mass hysteria. Weeks of protests against the European Union and rioting in several Eastern European countries has led to a bloc of nations dropping out of the EU, causing exchange rates for the euro to plummet. Detractors of the EU and its founding countries are holding rallies aimed to remove its biggest supporters from office, arguing that the EU's inclusion of less politically stable countries will cause extended economic recession. Several members of Congress are protesting the president's refusal to disclose details of meetings his staff had last year with the heads of several energy companies. They say measures agreed upon will increase air pollution and give large tax breaks to energy companies. An official statement issued by the president states that these meetings were meant to assist in the draft of a fairer energy bill that would cultivate enhanced pollutant tolerances and relax energy production risk burdens. Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India, stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man, a creature locals say has terrorized them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths of several village children. The Deer Man is reported as a 7-foot creature with horns that ambushes villagers at night. New Delhi has also been host to the Monkey Man.
There you are.
Money, right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up. Here, that should provide for an interesting evening.
Still awake? Something on your mind? Give me a call, 323-KL5-KTRK. Ask to speak to the cute one. Hey, all you night owls. Is the human race going crazy, or is it just me? Seems like all you hear is bad news lately. Anybody feel the same way? Feel like the world's cracking at the seams? Why don't we make that the topic for tonight? And if that doesn't work, you can all go back to calling in with the usual pervert stuff. Line 5, you're on with the Deb of Night. So tell me, society going to hell or not?
I think so, Deb.
And why is that?
Well, for one, I lost my job a month ago, and our management gave themselves a bonus for it.
I'm sorry to hear it.
And just the other night, I happened to look out my window here in Santa Monica, which used to be a nice neighborhood. I saw the local diner where I've been eating my breakfast for years get shot to pieces. Can you believe that? Like, no one cares about anyone anymore.
I hear it.
And my neighbor's boy, he's been using speed since he's in junior high. Steals from his parents.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you know, there was a time when this sort of thing just didn't happen. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, because a man could beat a woman and children when they got out of line. They didn't even have to be blood. You could just slap the little bastard.
Ah, the good old days. Why don't you hit the activity room and reminisce some more, Grandpa? Anyone have any musings that don't end up in assault charges?
Yeah, hi.
Whoa, here's a rare event, a female perspective that isn't my own. Go ahead, sister.
I just wanted to say that I agree with you for the most part. Things have really started to suck in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I can't see myself bringing a child into this world, you know?
I hear you.
Except if it was like Ash Rivers' baby. Oh, he is so amazing, Deb. I would like populate a minivan for him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening?
I don't know, but I'm like at his club every night.
Okay, but back to the topic.
Oh, and this one time, I was working as a waitress at this award show, and I served him a drink, and he told me, "Thanks, beautiful." And there was like a moment, definitely something there, you know?
Sure, girl, but tonight's topic isn't Ash Rivers.
Yeah, well, that's probably really good, because all of you other females better stay the hell away from him. You know what I mean?
I'm glad to provide a public forum for the whacked out of both sexes. Let's try to stay on topic, shall we?
Deb of Night.
That's me.
I recently found out I was a vampire.
Oh, I was one of those ones, and then it was November 1st.
That's not a joke. I'm really worried about this.
Uh-huh.
This girl at the club took me into the bathroom and she did something to me.
Back in my club days, we used to call that a favor. Oh, caller, could you hold on? I've got Frankenstein on the line. Frankenstein, something you want to add to this conversation? I see. Your rebuttal, caller.
I'm not lying. It happened to me. It could happen to anyone. Fire!
Ooh, good point. You want some advice? Wash off the eyeliner, put on something that's not black, and go get a tan at the beach. Jeez, the Deb of Night show does not endorse the goth lifestyle, and take it from Deb, pretending you're a vampire only impresses people of similar physical ickiness. Next caller.
Deb, I think the world's been messed up, is messed up, and will continue to be messed up.
Oh, an optimist.
Now, bear with me, but I know what the cause of all the world's problems is.
Nipples on TV?
Exactly.
Nudity?
Not too much nudity. Not enough nudity. Clothes make a person dishonest. They're hiding their true selves away under them. Clothes promote problems like class and sense of piety and concealed weapons. Why, how much do you think we spend on clothes as a people? What if that money were going towards science? Why, we'd be living in a futuristic techno-world by now.
Have you ever been to a nudist colony? Not attractive.
The fact that you think it should be is a side effect of the prurient media. You're not desensitized to nudity. Just think, if the man at the movie concession wasn't wearing his pants today, you'd storm out of the theater in a tizzy. But in a nude world, it'd be popcorn and a medium soda, please.
No, I think what would happen is I'd lose my appetite.
And isn't obesity one of our nation's biggest problems? Another benefit of nudity. And what about all that hullabaloo that people make when a person walks around the way Mother Nature made him on a brisk spring afternoon? Arrested for public indecency? Why, in a nude world, it'd be commonplace. Folks would ask you, how many people did you expose yourself to today?
As proud as I am of my girls, I think I'm going to limit them to private appearances. Next caller.
Yeah, this is it. This time I've stumbled across something that's bigger than anything you could possibly imagine. A threat to the entire human race's existence.
Ah, Gomez. You know, it's been a bad night when I've been looking forward to your call.
Deb, nothing could prepare the world for this. This is the biggest story in the history of humanity ever. Ever, Deb. How I found this out I can't say, but I'm risking my life to tell the world this. Are you prepared for this?
Sure.
People of Los Angeles, vampires walk among us.
Ugh, not vampires again.
Hear me out, Deb. Vampires are among us and have been since the dawn of time. In Los Angeles, well, there's more vampires per person here than anywhere else in the world. People are killed by vampires all the time, but their secret vampire society covers it up. Who blew up that warehouse in Santa Monica? Vampires. What happened to the crew of the Elizabeth Dane? Vampires. Want to know what happened to that sarcophagus that disappeared? Vampires took it. The Prince of Vampires, to be more specific. He wants to use it against a league of other vampires that have been trying to get a foothold in our city. And get this, there could be an even older vampire in the sarcophagus. An ancient super vampire.
Right, vampires. They're everywhere. You can't throw a rock in the city without hitting a vampire.
It's the truth, Deb. The undead are all around us. We need to rise up and destroy our evil vampire overlords before it's too late.
You heard him, folks. Gather up your crosses, garlic, and neck braces. Oh, brother. Well, Deb's not undead, but the sun will be up soon and she's dead tired. She's going home to get some hard-earned R&R. But don't worry, she'll be back same time, same station tomorrow night. Until then, fans, don't let the vampires bite. Still awake? Something on your mind? Give me a call, 323-KL5-KTRK. Ask to speak to the cute one. Hey, all you night owls. Is the human race going crazy, or is it just me? Seems like all you hear is bad news lately. Anybody feel the same way? Feel like the world's cracking at the seams? Why don't we make that the topic for tonight? And if that doesn't work, you can all go back to calling in with the usual pervert stuff. Line 5, you're on with the Deb of Night. So tell me, society going to hell or not?
I think so, Deb.
And why is that?
Well, for one, I lost my job a month ago, and our management gave themselves a bonus for it.
I'm sorry to hear it.
And just the other night, I happened to look out my window here in Santa Monica, which used to be a nice neighborhood. I saw the local diner where I've been eating my breakfast for years get shot to pieces. Can you believe that? Like, no one cares about anyone anymore.
I hear it.
And my neighbor's boy, he's been using speed since he's in junior high. Steals from his parents.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you know, there was a time when this sort of thing just didn't happen. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, because a man could beat a woman and children when they got out of line. They didn't even have to be blood. You could just slap the little bastard.
Ah, the good old days. Why don't you hit the activity room and reminisce some more, Grandpa? Anyone have any musics that don't end up in assault charges?
Yeah, hi.
Whoa, here's a rare event, a female perspective that isn't my own. Go ahead, sister.
I just wanted to say that I agree with you for the most part. Things have really started to suck in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I can't see myself bringing a child into this world, you know?
I hear you.
Except if it was like Ash Rivers' baby. Oh, he is so amazing, Deb. I would like populate a minivan for him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening?
I don't know, but I'm like at his club every night.
Okay, but back to the topic.
Oh, and this one time, I was working as a waitress at this award show, and I served him a drink, and he told me...
Hey, baby, need company?
What the hell did you want? Yeah?
What's up? Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away. What's on your mind?
hop in.